Yes, it seems that those who walk a spiritual path often face more pain, struggle, and hardship than others. If spirituality is meant to bring peace and enlightenment, why does it come with such heavy burdens? Today, we'll uncover the profound reasons why spiritual people seem to suffer more than others, and how this suffering is not a curse but a sacred calling. Spiritual people often suffer more because they see life through a lens of heightened awareness. While others may navigate life on autopilot, those on a spiritual journey are awake to the complexities of existence. This heightened awareness brings clarity but also amplifies the pain of injustices, losses, and the fleeting nature of life. Being aware means feeling everything deeply: the joy, the pain, the beauty, and the heartbreak. They can't escape into ignorance because their spiritual awakening has illuminated truths that can't be unseen. They see the interconnectedness of all things, making them feel the weight of the world's suffering as their own. This deep perception often leads to a sense of isolation. They may struggle to connect with others who do not share the same depth of understanding, leading to feelings of loneliness. Conversations that once felt fulfilling now seem shallow, and they crave connections that resonate with their expanded consciousness. Awareness also reveals the impermanence of life. While others may live without contemplating mortality, spiritual individuals are acutely aware of the fleeting nature of time, relationships, and achievements. This awareness can bring a sense of urgency but also a heavy sorrow for the inevitable losses that come with life. The weight of awareness is both a blessing and a burden. It enriches their lives with meaning but also makes them susceptible to existential pain. They can't numb their emotions or distract themselves from life's realities. They face them head-on, with courage and vulnerability. This heightened perception also makes them acutely aware of their flaws and shortcomings. Spiritual people often hold themselves to higher standards, striving for personal growth and alignment with their values. This self-reflection can lead to guilt, regret, or self-doubt as they confront their imperfections. Ultimately, awareness is a double-edged sword. It sharpens their understanding of life but also cuts deeply into their hearts. Yet, it's through this pain that they grow, learn, and evolve, embodying the wisdom they seek. Spiritual individuals are often tested more than others because their faith and resilience must be forged in the fires of adversity. The universe challenges them not to punish them, but to strengthen their spirit and deepen their understanding. Faith is not built in moments of ease, it's shaped in times of struggle. When spiritual people face hardships, they are given the opportunity to practice what they preach, to trust the universe, surrender control, and believe in a higher purpose, even when the path is unclear. These challenges often strip away the superficial comforts of life. Spiritual individuals may lose relationships, careers, or material possessions, forcing them to confront what truly matters. In the void left by these losses, they find a deeper connection to their inner self and the divine. Adversity also humbles the soul. It reminds them that they are not immune to life's trials, despite their spiritual insights. This humility fosters compassion, as they understand that everyone carries their own burdens, regardless of their level of awareness. The test of faith is not about enduring suffering passively, it's about transforming pain into wisdom. Spiritual people learn to see their struggles as opportunities for growth, finding meaning even in their darkest moments. These trials often lead to a profound sense of gratitude. When they emerge on the other side of hardship, they appreciate life's blessings more deeply. They realize that every challenge is a teacher, guiding them toward greater understanding and peace. In enduring these tests, they become beacons of hope for others. Their resilience inspires those around them, proving that even in the face of immense suffering, faith and determination can lead to transformation. One of the reasons spiritual people suffer more is their heightened empathy. They feel the emotions of others as if they were their own, making them vulnerable to the pain and struggles of the people around them. Empathy is a gift, but it can be overwhelming. Spiritual individuals often absorb the energy of their environment, feeling drained or burdened by the negativity they encounter. This emotional sensitivity makes them more compassionate but also more susceptible to emotional exhaustion. They can't turn a blind eye to suffering. Whether it's a friend in pain, a stranger's hardship, or the injustices of the world, spiritual people feel a deep responsibility to help. This sense of duty can lead to burnout, as they give endlessly, without replenishing their own energy. Empathy also makes them vulnerable to manipulation. Their desire to help others can be exploited by those who take advantage of their kindness. This betrayal of trust can be deeply painful, making them question their openness and generosity. However, empathy is also their superpower. It allows them to connect with others on a profound level, offering support and healing in ways that few can. Their compassion creates ripples of positivity, touching the lives of countless people. To cope with the burden of empathy, spiritual individuals must learn to set boundaries. They must protect their energy and prioritize self-care, understanding that they can't pour from an empty cup. By nurturing themselves, they can continue to nurture others. Empathy is both a blessing and a challenge. It deepens their connections with others but also exposes them to immense emotional pain. Yet, it's through this pain that they learn the true meaning of love and compassion. One of the most challenging aspects of a spiritual journey is the call to let go of attachments, expectations, and even cherished beliefs. For spiritual individuals, this process of release can feel like an unraveling of the self, leading to a profound sense of loss. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning care or love. Instead, it's about releasing control over outcomes. Spiritual people often suffer because they hold tightly to their ideals, only to find that life doesn't conform to their plans. This dissonance between expectation and reality creates pain, but it also offers an opportunity for growth. The process of letting go can involve deep grief. Spiritual people may feel they are losing parts of themselves as they release old habits, toxic relationships, or limiting beliefs. This grieving is necessary for transformation, as it clears the space for new understanding and possibilities to emerge. Letting go also requires immense trust. It means surrendering to the flow of life, believing that even in moments of uncertainty, a greater plan is at work. This trust can feel like a freefall, but it is in this surrender that they often find profound peace. This process can also be isolating. As they shed layers of their old self, they may find that they no longer resonate with the people or environments they once cherished. This loneliness is a natural part of the journey, as it paves the way for deeper connections aligned with their true self. Through the pain of letting go, spiritual individuals discover resilience. They learn that their worth isn't tied to possessions, achievements, or external validation. They find strength in their ability to adapt, grow, and thrive in the face of change. Ultimately, letting go is an act of liberation. It frees them from the chains of the past and allows them to step into their fullest potential. While the process is painful, it is also profoundly empowering, enabling them to live with greater authenticity and joy. Spiritual people often confront the darker aspects of themselves, a process known as shadow work. This deep, introspective journey requires them to face fears, insecurities, and past traumas, which can be a source of immense suffering. Shadow work is uncomfortable because it brings hidden wounds to the surface. Spiritual individuals must confront aspects of themselves they've avoided or suppressed, including jealousy, anger, and guilt. This self-examination can be painful, but it is also transformative. Through shadow work, they come to understand that their flaws and fears don't make them unworthy. Instead, these aspects are part of their humanity. By integrating their shadow, they become whole, embracing both their light and their darkness. This process often triggers resistance. The ego fights to maintain control, clinging to old narratives and identities. Spiritual people must navigate this inner battle, breaking free from patterns that no longer serve them. Shadow work also requires immense courage. It means revisiting painful memories, acknowledging mistakes, and taking responsibility for their actions. This level of honesty can be brutal, but it is essential for healing and growth. As they work through their shadows, spiritual individuals develop deeper compassion for themselves and for others. They understand that everyone carries hidden struggles, and this empathy allows them to connect with others on a profound level. While shadow work is arduous, it is also profoundly rewarding. It unlocks new levels of self-awareness and authenticity, allowing them to live with greater clarity, purpose, and peace. Spiritual individuals often possess heightened empathy, allowing them to deeply feel the emotions and pain of others. While this sensitivity can be a gift, it can also lead to significant suffering as they absorb the struggles of those around them. Empathy acts like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it enables spiritual people to connect with others on a profound level, offering support and understanding. On the other hand, this connection can overwhelm them, making it difficult to distinguish between their own emotions and those of others. Carrying the weight of another's pain can lead to emotional fatigue. Spiritual people may feel drained or burdened by the struggles they witness, especially when they feel powerless to help. This emotional exhaustion can manifest physically, affecting their energy levels and overall well-being. Empathy can also create inner conflict. Spiritual individuals often want to alleviate the suffering they see, but they must learn that not all pain can or should be fixed. Accepting this truth requires them to develop healthy boundaries, a skill that is both challenging and essential. The suffering caused by empathy is compounded when others take advantage of their kindness. Spiritual people may attract individuals who exploit their giving nature, leaving them feeling used or unappreciated. Recognizing and addressing these dynamics is crucial for their emotional health. Despite the challenges, empathy is a powerful force for good. Spiritual people can channel their sensitivity into meaningful action, supporting others while maintaining their own well-being. This balance allows them to serve as a source of light and healing without depleting themselves. Ultimately, the suffering caused by empathy teaches spiritual people resilience and discernment. It helps them understand that compassion begins with self-care and that their capacity to help others depends on their ability to nurture their own spirit. One of the most profound struggles spiritual individuals encounter is the experience of divine silence. In moments of hardship, they may feel abandoned or unheard by the higher power they've placed their faith in. This silence can feel like a betrayal, especially for those who have devoted their lives to spiritual practices. They question their beliefs, wondering if their prayers or efforts have been in vain. This crisis of faith can shake them to their core, leaving them feeling lost and uncertain. However, divine silence often serves a deeper purpose. It challenges spiritual individuals to grow beyond reliance on external validation, even from the divine. In the absence of answers, they are compelled to look within, discovering their inner strength and wisdom. Silence is also an invitation to trust the unknown. Spiritual people must learn to have faith even when they can't see the path ahead. This trust fosters a deeper connection with the divine, rooted not in tangible signs but in unwavering belief. This phase of spiritual growth can feel isolating. Without the comfort of divine communication, spiritual individuals may withdraw, feeling disconnected from their source of strength. Yet, this solitude often becomes a fertile ground for self-reflection and transformation. As they navigate divine silence, spiritual people learn to find meaning in their struggles. They come to understand that silence doesn't equate to absence. It is a profound lesson in patience, surrender, and faith. Ultimately, the experience of divine silence deepens their spirituality. It teaches them that their connection to the divine isn't dependent on constant affirmation, but is an enduring presence that guides them, even in its quietest moments. One of the most profound struggles spiritual individuals encounter is the experience of divine silence. In moments of hardship, they may feel abandoned or unheard by the higher power they've placed their faith in. This silence can feel like a betrayal, especially for those who have devoted their lives to spiritual practices. They question their beliefs, wondering if their prayers or efforts have been in vain. This crisis of faith can shake them to their core, leaving them feeling lost and uncertain. However, divine silence often serves a deeper purpose. It challenges spiritual individuals to grow beyond reliance on external validation, even from the divine. In the absence of answers, they are compelled to look within, discovering their inner strength and wisdom. Silence is also an invitation to trust the unknown. Spiritual people must learn to have faith even when they can't see the path ahead. This trust fosters a deeper connection with the divine, rooted not in tangible signs but in unwavering belief. This phase of spiritual growth can feel isolating. Without the comfort of divine communication, spiritual individuals may withdraw, feeling disconnected from their source of strength. Yet, this solitude often becomes a fertile ground for self-reflection and transformation. As they navigate divine silence, spiritual people learn to find meaning in their struggles. They come to understand that silence doesn't equate to absence. It is a profound lesson in patience, surrender, and faith. Ultimately, the experience of divine silence deepens their spirituality. It teaches them that their connection to the divine isn't dependent on constant affirmation, but is an enduring presence that guides them, even in its quietest moments. One of the most difficult challenges spiritual individuals face is reconciling their spiritual aspirations with the demands of worldly life. Balancing material needs, relationships, and societal expectations with a commitment to spiritual growth can feel like a constant tug of war. This conflict often begins with a sense of duality. Spiritual individuals may feel torn between pursuing personal success and living a life of simplicity and detachment. The pressure to achieve and accumulate in a materialistic society can clash with their desire for inner peace and contentment. Relationships can also be a source of tension. While spiritual people strive to cultivate deep, meaningful connections, they may find it challenging to relate to those who prioritize material or superficial pursuits. This disconnect can lead to misunderstandings, conflict, and feelings of loneliness. Work and career present another layer of complexity. Many spiritual individuals seek professions that align with their values, but finding such opportunities can be difficult. They may feel unfulfilled in conventional jobs, yearning for a sense of purpose that aligns with their spiritual calling. The pursuit of balance requires spiritual individuals to develop resilience and adaptability. They must learn to navigate the material world without becoming consumed by it, finding ways to integrate their spiritual values into their daily lives. This process often involves redefining success, shifting from external measures to internal fulfillment. The conflict between worldly and spiritual goals also highlights the importance of self-awareness. Spiritual individuals must recognize their own limitations and be compassionate with themselves as they navigate these challenges. This self-compassion fosters a sense of acceptance and peace, even in the midst of struggle. Ultimately, this tension serves as a catalyst for growth. It encourages spiritual individuals to explore their values, priorities, and purpose, leading to a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Spiritual individuals, despite their commitment to their faith and practices, often face deep internal struggles between faith and doubt. The very nature of their spiritual journey requires an unwavering belief in something greater, yet the path is often paved with moments of uncertainty. This inner turmoil can stem from various sources. During periods of hardship or suffering, questions about the existence of a higher power, the meaning of life, or the purpose of pain may arise. Even the most devoted spiritual practitioners find themselves questioning their beliefs when faced with the challenges of life. The struggle with doubt is not a sign of weakness, but rather a natural part of the human experience. Spirituality is deeply personal, and when individuals encounter suffering or confusion, it is common for their faith to be tested. This process is often referred to as the dark night of the soul, a period where one's spiritual beliefs are challenged and re-examined. Doubt can also emerge when spiritual individuals feel disconnected from their spiritual community or from the divine presence. In such times, they may feel abandoned or unheard, which only exacerbates their inner struggle. This isolation can create a sense of loneliness, as they might believe others do not understand their feelings of doubt.